Hi there, everybody. How are you? My name is Andrea Wright. I am your professor for this semester, and I just wanted to do an introduction video so that you can find out a little bit about me, a little bit about the course, what we'll be doing this semester, and any other issues that I can think of on this very first lecture. Normally, my lectures will be PowerPoints. They will be connected to YouTube, and you'll have the link. So all you'll have to do is go onto the Blackboard page, click the link, you'll be able to see the lecture. Most of the time, you won't see my face during the lectures on the PowerPoints, but when I have general information to talk about, or when I've finished your papers and I want to talk about those papers, or miscellaneous business type information, I'll have a lecture like this that's posted at the very top of the page rather than in one of the weeks. So if you take a look at the Blackboard page first for this Composition 1 class, you will see all of the different folders that I have created, as well as the tabs on the left bar of Blackboard. So if you open the syllabus should give you lots of information on how to access the course, what it looks like, what we're going to be doing for the semester. Of course, if you're looking at this video first, you want to know what this course is all about before, if you're looking at the video before you even are looking at the syllabus. Well, the course is a composition course. It is an English composition course. It is not creative writing. We are not writing fiction or poetry or novels. We are working in different genres of writing, nonfiction genres, all centered around academic writing. Those of you who are pushing toward getting a 4-year degree, those of you who are still in high school, those of you who are looking at a 2-year degree for a certificate or for a career. This course is for everybody. The different genres will help you with many different kinds of writing that we're doing. And these genres or types are, for our purposes, what I think are most important to learn as a college student to write in the professional world and in the academic world. So we're focusing on writing processes, critical reading, critical thinking, as well as general knowledge of grammar and conventions, style, skills in organization, writing a thesis, how to craft a 5-paragraph and more essay. You will be writing 5 essays for me this semester, 1 per week. This is a 5-week course. And a lot of things will be due on the very last day of class, which is July 1st. But throughout the semester, you will also have rough drafts and final copies of things that are due regularly. As you'll see in the syllabus, I have assignments due from you every Wednesday and every Sunday. The due date is 11:59 p.m. So that is 1 minute before midnight on that day. And in fact, this Wednesday, June 2nd, you already have an assignment due, which is part 1 of the discussion board. I have posted the topic for the discussion board as well as directions on how to post a thread for the discussion board. Let me talk a little bit about the course text. And here's what it looks like. It's called the Norton Field Guide to Writing. Now, this is a custom edition, especially for TCC. It is the 5th edition. You do not need the Tarrant County College Custom Edition. You can find this Norton Field Guide 5e on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or Chegg or plenty of other websites. You can get the TCC Custom Edition, of course, but you don't have to. So this is it. I've also printed this plus the ISBN number in your syllabus. I do like this book because of the way it's structured. We're not going to obviously be reading the entire book in 5 weeks. But if you take a look at the spine, well, the opposite side of the spine, there are different colors here. And the color codings have to do with the chapters and the sections and the segments. So the first 9 chapters are all about sort of introducing us to how to write how to read, how to think about rhetoric. Those first 9 chapters are actually all due this week, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Then we have this green section, this dark green section, which is all the different genres. We'll be writing in 5 different genres. We're starting with summary and response. Then we're going into literacy narrative, analysis. Let me back up a minute. Not literary narrative, literacy narrative. And of course, next week I'll talk about that more. Analysis, argument, and then your final project is a resume and job letter. So that is in lieu of a final exam. We're not having a final exam, 5 papers, including rough drafts of the first 4 papers, and then homework / daily grades, which include quizzes and discussion boards. So every week you have a discussion board, every week you have a quiz, every week you have a rough draft of a paper, every week you have a final draft due of another paper. So you will be working on 2 papers at once. That's the way it's going to have to work here, a rough draft of one and a final copy of another. Think about that as you're working on time management. A summer course is compressed. A summer course is very short. You may think 5 weeks from now looks like a lot of time, but it really is not. So I'm pretty regular with my due dates. Like I said, every Wednesday, every Sunday, you'll definitely have at least one and sometimes multiple assignments due. Anyway, back to the text. I got off track a little bit. We have strategies in the yellow section. Then we have a research segment, although this is not a research-oriented class. That is Composition 2. So I am not going to require research in this class, but you're welcome to do research. And we'll talk about that when we get more into the later papers. There's a light green section at the end with essays that we will be reading. That's why this is called Norton Field Guide to Writing with Readings and Handbook. I do have some of these readings in the back assigned because they're samples of the types of papers that you'll be writing. Let me go back to the fact that I know that some of you will not be able to get this textbook necessarily in the first week, either because of financial aid considerations or something else. So I will post everything that's necessary for the first week in week 1, including some samples of summary response essays that I normally would not post, but because I realize that it may be difficult to get the book the very first week. Now, you should keep up with the readings, of course, and I have lectures and notes on every chapter, but you also need to read the chapters as well to get a good feel for them. We will have quizzes at the end of every week that cover all lectures, all PowerPoints, all readings. The quizzes, as you'll see in the syllabus, are open book and open note. You'll have about 48 hours to do the quiz. So I'll post it on Friday and every quiz is due on Sunday. Now, this week's quiz is only a syllabus quiz. That is, all questions will be about the syllabus. But starting week 2, I will catch up with all chapters. So the week 2 quiz will be about everything from week 1 and week 2. And then we'll go from there. So that is what I'm trying to do to be flexible with you attempting to get your course textbook. The discussion board is an introduction of yourself. And I actually introduced myself briefly on the discussion board, but I will do so here as well, just to give you a little information about me so that you know who I am and what I'm doing here. Again, my name is Andrea Wright, and I've been a professor at this campus of TCC for about 6 years now, since 2015. I did work at the Northeast campus for a couple of years, and I've worked as a composition teacher since 1994. So I've been doing this for a long time, my entire career. I did work as a high school teacher for a couple of years too, at both public and private high schools. So I have a lot of experience of teaching English and composition. I mostly teach writing, although our Composition 2 class at TCC is focused on literature. So I teach a lot of literature as well, and I've taught a wide range of different kinds of courses. We are not reading fiction in this class, though. The types of readings we're doing and the types of writings we're doing are all nonfiction. So we're not reading poetry, we're not reading short stories, we're not reading drama. I like teaching all kinds of literature, though. So this Composition 1 class is something I've done for a long time and I really enjoy. I got my graduate degree, my PhD, from TCU, and I taught there for a while. I taught at University of North Texas for about 10 years. And a little bit about me personally. If you can see behind me, you can see there are a lot of Disney pictures, and I'm a huge Disney fan. My office is actually decorated in Disney things. I love going to Disney World when possible. I've been to Disneyland too a couple of times, but Disney World I've been to quite a number of times. Not every year, but every few years for sure. And the last time was in 2019, and I can't wait to go again. I have a husband. I've been married for almost 28 years. I have 2 adult children. One is a sophomore at UT Austin. One is a third-year law student at Brooklyn Law School in New York City. She also graduated from UT Austin, as did my husband and I. So we're a big UT Longhorn family. We're huge UT Longhorn sports fans. At least my son and husband and I are. And so I may talk about UT Longhorn football or basketball or just the general basketball tournament that's going on now, the pro tournament, because I am a sports fan. I like watching basketball and football mostly. One other thing that's important that you can probably notice on my left-hand side here is my cat tower. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. You may see one of my cats named Charlie in the tower throughout the course of the semester when I'm doing lectures because he likes coming in here and getting in that tower. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. That's a little bit about the course. My email, of course, you'll get my email when you get this link to go to the lecture, to go back to Blackboard to the lecture. But again, it's easy. It's andrea.wright, W-R-I-G-H-T, at tccd.edu. That's how we will be communicating this semester. I use email instead of announcements. So make sure you're checking your TCC email. If you don't check it, you won't get information. You should link it, in that case, to your regular email so that you're always checking, not just for this class, but any other classes that you're taking. All right, well, I look forward to getting to know you, to working with you this semester. This is an asynchronous class, so we will not have formal meeting or lecture times. This is the last semester, though, well, the last summer that we will be fully online. So those of you who enjoy and are used to, as most of us are, having in-person learning, that starts up again in the fall. So anyway, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.